Well, hello and good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Growing Shadows, our Ninja Crusade Second Edition actual play here on Quiet Gentleman Network. I know it has been a while since you have gotten to see us all. So, just want to say thank you all for coming back and joining us again. Tonight promises to be a hopefully very entertaining night. A lot of conflict. I'm hoping will finally come to the forefront. But that said, when last we left our intrepid group of heroes, they had discovered at the village of Haimanmu that likely the mayor of the town was involved in poisoning his brother, who was once the heir to the town. And as a result, there is now evidence that he is likely the person that they seek. On top of that, however, while there, they discovered that a faction of the Serpent Clan had taken root there and was also working with them. In fact, they saw the rival of Chet, known as Haruhe Koga, was also there, and he left on some sort of mission. Now, all things considered, the group decided to go ahead and leave town and pursue him, but not before a whole lot of really cool stuff happened. I think we can say, right, guys?
I had
Oh,
fun.
Yeah.
catch them all off guard. They're used to me just waxing on and talking for a long time. But all things considered, thank you all so much for coming back, and we will be back in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and roll the opening credits. See y'all soon.
Ready for this? Jumping at me, little time for slowing. Just like these devils, let's start growing. I'm where's the keys and now I'm glowing. And I guess the time in the hand, you can find the toys from the past. The brains ain't out when I feel always try to. Gonna see it through. Throwing out things to the village of Denketsu.
All right, and we are back. Tonight, we find our group of heroes have left the city of Heimanmu and are currently taking shelter after leaving town in the hidden village of the Virtuous Body Gardeners there in that province. That said, of course, the village is a very interesting place. It is an underground village. The main entrance in is a lake that one must swim down and enter into a series of caves. And there you'll find the obviously the hidden village. Everyone there is a member of the Virtuous Body Gardeners, as well as one of the characters in our group who has now had the opportunity to actually meet their clan founder. The Virtuous Bodyguarders are one of the youngest clans in the Ninja Crusade, and as such, their founder is still alive. But this said, this brings us to a question of what are they going to do, and how far are they willing to go ahead and pursue Koga, and find out what in the world is Onimaru's fangs doing hidden and working out in the world. So at this point, I turn this over to all of you. You are in the village. It is a series of stone buildings. Some of them are just hewn stone, but a lot of them it is piled layers of natural stone, creating a village. A lot of the structures look new, but some of them you wonder if they are much older. They've also have shown you a secondary way in so that you would be able to bring your dog along. But obviously, your wagon was not able to make the trip down.
It's okay. I got my dog.
But I wanted to buy a wagon. I have a note with much imperative markings around it that says, buy a wagon.
You actually did buy a wagon when you were on your way to Havenmu. And
I did not buy a wagon. I got the wagon from the toy maker, my mentor. And we used it, and used it also as our cover when we were in town. I was a toy and candle salesman.
Okay. Yes. So you're looking to buy a different wagon then, huh?
I want a wagon with room to hide stuff and maybe people.
Okay.
Because I made quite a bit of money, I thought.
You did. And so we'll go ahead and cover that. More than likely, you will have to do that part on the road.
Probably so. That was the gist. I also have a note with lots of markings around it that says "Bow Hungry."
Yes. Do you remember why?
I do, but my character doesn't know why.
Yes.
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, I'm just curious, because the dude that that Kyou sold all of this merchandise to is the same one that I blew the leg off of?
It was not. It was a different individual.
Okay. Just making sure, because otherwise the whole money trail gets a little funky.
It was twin, or it was his.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Takumi. We've got a bunch of rerolls being gifted from our illustrious Quiett Gentleman himself, Matt. So
nice.
I will drop those on another little thing. If you guys want to jot down, you all have Chet, Ranto, Takumi, and myself. Guy was forgotten. Matt, get with it. There's one more. There's 5 of us on this show.
Well, and that said,
Are you out of points?
that said, I will also ask, what is our subscription level at right now?
Give me a second.
Because we have had a couple weeks now where, with the winter break, we took a little time off, and so I know some of our subscriptions have lapsed.
We've had 2 subscriptions re-ups tonight, and then we had a Twitch Prime in the off days. So give me a second. We're at 7 subscribers right now.
Okay. So that is rounded up to 10 for us, which means that as a table, you will also get 1 extra key and 1 extra karma. Everybody at the table gets 1 extra key.
Oh.
And that's 1 extra karma for the table. All right. So is there, you won't be able to buy the wagon here, but is there anything else anyone is going to do?
Just for the sake of getting it out of my system, I'm gonna take one of the leftover dumplings and just kind of smush it all over Takumi's bow.
You don't know that it's hungry.
Yeah. Nobody
I
does.
thought you told us it was hungry.
No, I didn't say anything about the bow.
That note was Roxanne being like, "Whoa, bow hungry."
Oh, I thought that was in game. Well, then I don't mess up your bow with my dumpling.
Still, I think this is a great time for the cast member that's wearing the butt naked dumpling shirt to show off one of those wonderful butt naked dumplings. Yeah, the headset cord was looking like
right
a thong.
between the cheeks.
Yeah, it was looking like a little bit of a thong going on over there. For when you need that extra something, that little extra flex.
We appreciate our dumplings butt naked.
I did find out that when you wear that shirt with a jacket, the little butt hangs out.
Well,
this is why we hired you to make it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
and I walked off and set my cell phone somewhere, and that's okay. Because
You don't need it, bro. You don't need
I
it.
have notes on it. There it is.
Oh,
For me.
maybe
We're
you
off
could
to a
need it.
hot start tonight.
Hey, you know it happens.
I take notes and I write it all down, and that's just how it is.
You have to
Okay.
remember, John is also potty training a classroom of 14, of 10 to 14, what? 3-year-old, less than 3-year-olds, 2.5 to 3-year-olds?
Yeah, my age group is 2.5 to 3.5 years old.
So he
Ooh,
lives on his cell phone to take all his notes.
fun ones.
Yep. But they're good kids, and oh my gosh. We all joke about it. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Nobody came here to listen to me talk about work. They came to hear me talk about ninjas.
Yeah.
I believe the plural of ninja is also ninja.
Maybe.
Correct.
So, ninjas, where would you like to go at this point?
I think I am just anxious to get on the road. So I've got all the things I think I'll need to travel with, and then I'm waiting by the door.
I think our biggest thing was just recouping and then trying to go after Koga and then potentially crossing through that abandoned Blood of the Pack Room community. That I guess it's abandoned now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While we're in the village, could I go to
Are you okay?
can I go see Sumi sensei?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
More likely you find her in the dojo again. Probably training. And yeah. We'll say that more than likely she is probably fighting while suspended by hooks through her skin. Yeah. Welcome to being a virtuous bodyguarder.
Oh, I did that over the summer. That wasn't fun.
Summer camp is weird.
Pardon me, Sumi Sensei. I have a question, if I may.
She nods and, with two fingers, simply reaches up to these wires, flicks them, and like with no care whatsoever, releases herself from these hooks and lands on the ground in front of you. Yes.
I will pull out the bow. And hold it in my hands in front of her and say, I found this. Oh, geez, over a year ago. No, it was longer than that, wasn't it? I can't remember.
About a year.
Yeah. I haven't used it much, but I had to use it the other day, and it tried to force my hand.
Interesting. May I see it?
Offer it to her.
She reaches out and grabs it. Well, the wood is not from the Northern Empire, and the iron that is inlaid into it. Huh. It's very interesting. I have seen something like this before, although never in the hands of someone from our empire. And she hands it back to you. This comes from the land of the Five Blades. Do you know what the land of the Five Blades is?
No, I don't get out much.
Land of the Five Blades lies to the south of us, beyond Firefly's path. And they are perhaps one of the most military capable nations in all the world. We have tried for generations to have as little to do with them as possible. I'm not certain if the name comes from this, but they say 5 of the greatest sword masters in all the world reside there. They also have a certain level of technology that definitely is beyond ours. But they are said to have weapons that take on lives and personas of their own.
Cool. Okay.
You have a question, perhaps, with that?
Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's talking bow sounds pretty cool, but it um felt like it took control for a second, and a shot that I made that I intended to just its intention was to maim took the guy's entire leg off.
Sounds like a very potent weapon.
Yeah, it's got some kick to it.
I will say this, in what little dealings I've ever seen or had with spirits, they will challenge you. And they will, especially in cases like this, or at least in other times, I have heard of spirits possessing. So if you are bonded to this bow now, in some sort of way, I think that you are looking at it will try to challenge you for rulership of itself.
So I just have to tell the bow who's boss?
You have to show it who's boss. It's not unusual, or maybe I shouldn't say it that way, but it is, I think, a good test that it has found itself in the hands of a member of our clan. Who better to master it?
I guess you're right. Okay. I will try to master this bow.
Your other choice would be to leave it here.
Yeah. I will hold on to it for now, and I will bring it back if I feel like I cannot handle it.
Very good. A courier runs into the room, and Sumi looks over at him, kind of a little bit like, what in the world? And he hands her a rolled up sheet of paper. She's like, just one moment. I'm glad this arrived before you left. It seems that there is a garrison of the Emperor's Guard marching north from the ocean. If you are to arrive at that forest before they make their way inland and make travel much harder, you will have to leave now.
We will at once. Thank you, Sensei.
You're welcome. And she gives you a slight nod.
I'll turn and leave.
All right. Everyone else, what would you be doing in the village during this time? Obviously, if there are any supplies you're looking for, you'd be able to find, or opportunities just to rest up, take advantage of a little bit of hospitality, which you probably haven't had in a while.
I know that for Guy, he will be running around all over the village, gathering supplies from various different people, in order to do his crafting, which he's probably doing in moderate secrecy.
Okay.
As in, like, he's not going out of his way to tell people what he's doing, but if they drop on by, he's not going to try and hide it either. So,
Okay.
I think Ranto is curious about just, in general, how do they farm down here?
For the most part, looking around, it looks like this is more of a storehouse. They have an economy that seems to be entirely based on trade, and rather than farming. So very different from your clan.
That makes sense, though.
And what about Kyou?
Sorry, I just realized my camera's mirrored, and I was trying to figure out why. Sorry, but so we're under the lake again, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm probably like counting my coins and making sure they all made it down with me and trying out my money bags. Probably. I don't think she'd talk to anybody.
Okay.
Or he. I guess it's a he. It's been so long since I played this character. I don't think I'd talk to anybody. Yeah, probably. I probably kind of go off by myself a little bit and try to figure out a strategy for what we need to do. And try to brace myself for a fight, because fighting is not really what I'm here for. It's not really my forte, or my regionaire, as some would say. And that's not looking forward to a war, and knowing that we're getting into one. So probably take some time for myself.
Okay. What about Chet?
He's getting some like food and stuff for the road, but for the most part, he's just waiting to leave.
Okay. Well, Takumi will probably be coming looking for all of you. So Takumi.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to be doing one of those drive-bys. Hey, we gotta go. And then moving towards probably the entrance exit that the dog can leave through.
Okay. Yeah, so you see Takumi with kind of a much more excited look on his face say that and motioning everyone to leave. I'm taking everybody goes. Any questions?
So, what's up with the hurry? What'd you do? Did you get us in trouble?
No, since I just got a note saying that the army is moving up where we're going, and if we're gonna beat them, we need to move now.
Oh yeah, that checks out.
Well, crap. Okay, I just got my stuff dried and everything.
That was your first mistake.
Okay.
Do we still have Paula with us?
Paula Abmule.
Paula Abmule.
Paula is going to be meeting you. Paula will be meeting you outside, but you go to the entrance that is the easy way for Ranto's dog to come with you. And it is a narrow tunnel. You basically are crawling on your bellies for about 30 feet through tree limbs and through stone. Basically, it's tree roots that are subterranean. There's tunnels that have opened up, and you are crawling on that. And eventually, there is a smaller cave, about 5-foot semicircle cave, and a flap of fake soil that covers it, or fake grass that covers it, and reeds. And you just come out from underneath that, and you are back not too far from the lake.
I like taking the tunnel.
I bet
That's
you
fun.
do.
Yeah, the dog gets to go with me. It's not that cramped.
That said, you find your wagon and Paula, and you're pretty much well stocked for the road. And I'm going to go ahead and say that for the most part, we are going to be skipping the travel mechanics for right now on this leg of your journey, because we did do quite a bit to get you into Heimanmu. So as you proceed away from the hidden village, you are essentially traveling west. And this will take you into sections of the empire that you have never seen. Within a couple days' travel, you do find a small village that has a pretty good trade post there, and you would be able to change out your supplies and get other things as well. So, Kyou, if you are looking to get another wagon, this would be a great place to do that.
I would definitely like to get a larger wagon, should I be able to afford one. Like I said, I would like it to be kind of like a traveling merchant's wagon, but maybe a wealthy traveling merchant's wagon. A wagon that is befitting of someone of my reputation and my family's name, and also of Chet's family's name. So, since he is richer than my family, probably.
And
I'm just imagining that we're the very first food truck.
If you don't have enough money to cover it on your own, I can always become an investor in your business.
I think I made a good bit of money on that sale that I did there in Heimanmu of the toys for the orphanage, or whatever it was called, the boarding house. And I would like something big enough that we could all travel within, that is covered, has maybe some secrety compartmenties to hide weapons and the like.
I would say that the secret compartments you are going to need to add on your own.
I bet one of our number could figure that out, or someone back in Danketsu, should we return. We can figure that part out. But I definitely want us to be able to ride inside it. And if not we'll work out the rest. But yeah, that's what I want.
Is this like an Oregon Trail covered wagon that we're getting?
But more badass. I do want it to have room for mercantile. Like if I wanted to have a traveling mercantile, and like pop on the side of it, and
Oh, you want like a spring-loaded storefront, so where you bang on the one of the boards, and the whole thing just sets itself up.
Exactly, and a rack of fine textiles just pops down like a little Murphy bed, like a little Murphy rack of textiles just pops down, and all the beautiful wares that I have, and I probably room for some barrels of spices or something like that. Yeah, that's what I want. And if that's something that I need to buy the wagon and then upgrade later, that's something I can definitely do when
I'm going to say that you get a wagon that has a great foundation for all these desires, and maybe before town you can all try to bust some tail and create said wagon. But I'm going to say this. I'm looking for either one player or two players together making a 4 difficulty roll that you could basically, leaving town, have a wagon that does all this.
What skills would this include? If you're talking about building,
like I have a 3 in craft.
Oh yeah, you've got a better craft check.
foreign crafts.
Oh yeah, Fletcher over there has 4.
Guys is pretty good too, I believe.
Oh yeah, he's a little tinky tinkerer.
Travel, I would also allow.
I have 3 in travel.
I also have 3 in travel.
So I'm thinking that with my crafts and knowledge, since this is a brand new design that is not commonplace, this is a unique thing. That's what I can contribute to this.
You mean Ninja don't normally have wagons as like something in a traveling show?
I don't think
they might, but you're making it unique to you.
I was considering we might want to make like a giant wagon-sized Gilly Suit or something so we could hide this monstrosity.
Well, we can do that. Somebody else can do that.
I can do that.
You would be the one that would make the wagon-sized Gilly Suit. I just am making the wagon.
Okay. If I make it, it'll fall apart, but I'll try.
So Guy and Kyou can make the wagon. I'll help Ranto with the Gilly Suit because I'm all for that.
Okay.
And if I'm painting it, it will look like the Mystery Machine.
Put some flames on it.
That's fine. That's fine. Just throw some wisteria or sakura blossoms on it because my name is Fujishita.
And put little flames on the sakura blossoms so it goes faster.
It absolutely needs flames. Red flames.
Mm-hmm.
Scientifically
I mean, do the sakura blossoms look like they're falling and on fire? I mean, does it look like I'm fleeing from some sort of disaster?
They look like they're going really fast.
They're meteoric sakura.
So,
oh God.
So what 2 skills are we putting together? Who's doing it?
I guess if Guy is going to do knowledge, I will do crafts.
All right, and then or who had the higher crafts? Was it you or was it the Fletcher?
Well, Takumi is going to aid Ranto in the Gilly Suit making.
All right, and then does anyone want to spend any karma?
I would like to spend 1 karma for our roll, and I'm going to spend my. No, that's fine. I forgot. I don't have an individual karma. I would like to spend 1 for this. We currently have 5.
Okay. Let's go ahead and make those rolls then. For the Gilly Suit, however many successes you get, I will say that is going to be the difficulty when it is employed in order to be able to find it.
Okay.
Ooh. Hey, Ranto, how good is your stealth again?
My stealth is pretty good.
Could we mix her stealth and my crafts?
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds good. And I'm just sticking with my base dice. Okay, that is.
Right.
Ooh.
Let's do the Gilly Suit first. Okay, what do we got?
I got 4 successes.
I have 4 successes.
Oh wow, this is the most amazing Gilly Suit ever. I don't know if y'all will be able to find it if you put it on it.
The Gilly. See, we're gonna run into this problem a lot. The Gilly Suit looks better than the wagon.
I see a finger up. So Kyou, was anyone helping you?
Yeah, Guy.
So Guy needs to roll as well.
I got a 4. I know I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
I got 1 7 and 3 10s. So is that 7 successes for me?
Is it? It's 8, 9, 10, or is it 7, 8, 9, 10?
It's 7. It's 7. It's 7 and above. I got a 6 also. No, I was just telling you my successes, but 10's double, right? 10s are 2 successes.
Yes, that's correct.
So then I got 7 and Guy got 2, so we were at 9.
All right.
So that wagon is badass. I'm just gonna say, and your Gilly Suit is just. I'll be like, I can't believe we have to cover it, but we have to cover it.
It's just think of it as the high-tech stealth system to go for your high-tech wagon.
We definitely need some. We need to figure out some awesome artwork for this amazing wagon. at some
I'm,
point.
work- I'm working on it. Give me a second. It's probably not going to show up.
Yes.
I do commissions.
Is that
That's cute. Yeah.
is that Cash Money Kyo right there?
Yeah, and that's
Look at my
Paula.
heart. Yeah, there's Paula.
And these are the suckers that are on fire, but they kind of just look like.
Did
reals.
you just John? Did you just quote Amanda and mine student Cash?
Yes.
'Cause that's how he says his name. Cash. And I call him Cash Money Big Spender because
we just made the first Impala.
And here is a picture of it with the Gilly Suit on.
I love it. It's amazing.
Well done.
I am so funny.
well, we already have a request for that on a shirt, so don't lose that piece of paper, and we will have
This one?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
well, both of them.
The stealth
So,
wagon.
I figure is what we're gonna do is have the wagon on the front, and it will say the name of the wagon, whatever that is, and then on the back we can just have the name of the wagon stealth mode, and
There's no wagon.
It'll just be blank.
I love it.
Awesome. So, your group begins traveling away from this village, and it is made clear that this is the last stop for quite a long way. Like, as far as feelings of civilization, they're like, the people in village are like, enjoy travel. There's not much out there except for the fortress and the capital between here and going north. I mean, at all. Now, of course, your group knows differently. You know that essentially there is to your northwest a lake, which is referred to as Lake Higan. And there used to be a city there known as the City of Grass. But it is essentially it was a lost city already that the Pack of the Black Moon turned into their hidden village, which was destroyed and overthrown during the Empire. Not many people know much about how, but you begin to travel northwest, and the further you get from the coast, the worse the land becomes. Pretty much, you are having to stick to a road because most everything else around you is mire. It is not even deemable as swampland. As anyone with a certain amount of lore, I'm just going to say, that this was one of the areas where the Ninja Crusade first, took off. The Empire came along and burned villages, wiped out the ninja. The ninja salted the land and made it uninhabitable and unable to sustain life. This is a terrible area of the country. What was once the place where everybody did the majority of farming that fed the nation, here, there's nothing. And as the further you travel, it's like you find sections of forest, but it's as if 10 to 20 feet up, the trees are rotted and dried from all the damage that was done here, and it's just their stumps and branches coming off of them. It is a dead forest ever so often. And this is the countryside you are moving through. So you will all be on the road for several days. Is there anything anyone is going to be doing during that time?
I would just like to periodically scout ahead and just take general looks around through the general wilderness to make sure that we're not being tailed or spotted by any danger.
Okay.
I'd probably trade shifts with her on that endeavor. So when she's out doing it, I'm at the wagon, and then vice versa.
I will be playing my shamisen to keep everyone's spirits up.
I'll be keeping an eye on the roads at the on the wagon.
Okay.
I do have one question to ask about our badass wagon. And
Yes.
that is Paula Abmule is she sufficient power to took this wagon behind her?
No, but I will say that you now have a second mule that will
Also
pull the
named
wagon.
Power.
So what's going to be the name of the second mule?
We could just call them the Pala sisters.
The what sisters?
The Pala
Ferris
sisters.
Bueller.
Ferris Mueller. Ferris Mueller. Okay. There we go. We have Paula Abmule and Ferris Mueller.
All right. Well, as you are traveling, you really don't run into too many people out here. Pretty much it's another salesman ever so often or somebody traveling, maybe a courier using the same road, and they pass you, and really not a lot is said out here. After a while, you start to notice it's so bad there really aren't any bugs or even birds out here. After a few days, it is dead quiet.
No birds? Oh, we're heading up into the Black Moon territory, right?
Mm-hmm. And what did you say that territory or village was called again?
It was once called the City of Grass. Was the village was built on top of those ruins, and the name of the area was Lake Higan.
Higan, like
yes, Higan.
Okay, thank you.
I believe that's how it was spelled. Let me double check that. Yes, I am correct.
Are we actually passing by?
Doesn't happen often.
Are we actually passing by a Lake Higan, or is it just like an empty bowl where a lake used to be? Is it that bad?
You'll actually end up passing it.
Okay. But there actually is water, or is that gone too?
It's now a soupy mess. It is Lake Erie on steroids.
So it's
real Erie.
Yeah.
I think I remember in another game with another character crawling through this marsh.
Yes.
Fun.
My dog got very wet.
So at some point, you will need to pull off the road, and I will need some travel rolls from your scouts to try and see if they can find a route that the wagon could use.
Gosh.
So I have a 3 in travel, I think. Oh, but I'm not a scout.
No, but if you want to help the scouts by saying this is what I'm looking for, you can provide the travel, and they can provide either an intuition or a similar skill that could work along with it.
Please provide travel for me. I have a travel of 0.
I'd be good with that too.
For sure. I can do that.
I'll use perception.
Okay.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. I got a boost on that last roll that I did, so. But I figure with
no kidding.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. I got a badass wagon.
BAW.
Technically, with 2 of you.
But dang.
Diggy.
Love my wagon.
Because I did forget, I will say that with those boosts, you can turn those boosts into a success for each one of your scouts. So you at least have one success.
Yeah, okay.
I on my own I can roll perception and intuition or perception and travel, and it would be about 5 dice either way.
All right, or you can, like I said, Kyou can roll her travel, and you can roll your perception or whatever is higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 successes, 2 9s.
Okay.
2 9s. All right, let's go ahead and do Ranto first.
I got No successes.
Well,
Unless
technically,
that one counts.
with the one with the boost, it's 3. So how many did you
Yes.
need?
I'm going to say that you're needing to. 2 is traveling at basically slowly. 3 is traveling normally.
Okay, so we got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to use your reroll, Ranto? Because you do have one.
Sure. I'll go ahead and reroll. No
What?
successes. It's the same.
Just a reminder to those in chat, should you wish to, if you have collected any channel points, which is a Twitch mechanic, you can find your channel point total in the lower left hand of the chat. It'll look like a little magnifying glass with an eye in it. And if you have at least 500 of those, you can donate those. You can just give them. It's free to you at any point. Holy monkeys. Thank you so much, Greg, for giving out 10 gifted subs.
Oh wow!
Thank you.
Welcome. Any new folks here that have that are watching the show that just got gifted a sub? You can thank Greg for that. That actually should grant all of us another another key and another karma point for the table, if I remember correctly, John.
That is correct for tonight.
So, what was I saying? But yeah, you can give 500 channel points and use the "that was cocked" channel point spend, which will allow any player, you can designate it for any player, to get a reroll. So just letting you know. Not saying that's needed right now because we did succeed, but throwing it out there.
Okay. At some point, and one of the strangest parts of this travel is at first there is quite a bit of fog just because of how, moist everything is out here. But on I'm going to say the 7th day, as you are nearing Lake Egan, there is no fog whatsoever. It is clear for miles, and all you see are these dead trees, leafless, sticking up out of the mud as you're traveling along. But I will also say you hear the sounds of footsteps in the distance. A great multitude of footsteps.
In front of us or behind us?
Out here, it's going to be hard to say, but I will allow an intuition perception roll from someone.
I'll take
do
that.
Oh, okay.
Unless, what's your my intuition is 2 and my perception is 3.
My intuition is 2 and my perception is 3.
We can do it together. And
sure.
You can both do it. One of y'all hear it, maybe both of you hear it.
I'll do intuition if you do perception.
I will do that.
I got 1.
I got 0. I'm going to use my reroll.
All right.
That's 2 for me.
Okay. You believe that it is to your west and moving parallel to your north. Basically, it is a great group of people moving northward in the same direction off to your west.
That's the army that Sensei told me about.
What are y'all going to do?
I'm going to get ready to, worst case scenario, fight these guys.
And maybe we could try to give ourselves a little bit more distance.
Okay.
They've got protection of fog.
I'm going to ask, does anyone want to try and scout them?
I think scouting would be smart, and if we are in, Kyou is going to probably talk to Ranto, but not necessarily privately. But if we are potentially in the area where there could be other ninja, I think it would behoove us to perhaps see if we can't find an ally here.
Yeah. Okay. Then with that in mind, I can go off, maybe not in direct pursuit of our army guys, but I have a jutsu called Bloodhound. It gives me a +1 perception for smell and taste, up to half a mile. And I'd like to see if, while we're traveling, if I can utilize that to do a perception check to see if I can smell any sign of dog.
What did you say? It gives you a plus what to smell and what?
Taste.
Smell and taste.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that at all. That was not the vowel sound I heard. I thought you said you got a +1 to smell and toots. And I was like, why would that be?
That is definitely something dogs are good at.
You learn a lot from a person by their toots.
Ranto probably has a natural bonus for that.
So this is a ability. This is one of your key abilities.
Yes.
So you need to roll and see if you have a negative if it backfires.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just one roll, right? And if I fail, it fails.
No, it still goes off, but you get the backfire condition of the power.
Right. Okay. Let's see. That I will have to look up if that happens. Okay, so +1 to my perception. Do I get to add another skill to this, or is this just going to be straight up perception?
It'll be your perception plus the appropriate key ability.
Right.
Whether it's yin or yang.
It'll be plus yang. So 1 yang. Oh, I see. 1 yang plus perception. Okay.
And remember, we have +2 key because of our subscriber. So that's an individual thing. So you do have extra key to for at least a roll. And then if you would wish to use any karma, we do have 5. So you're welcome to use it. Use some if you need it. And then you got another, or no, you haven't got another reroll yet. But you have the other stuff.
I will say it's really interesting that this doesn't affect your hearing.
Yeah, but that's what the description is. So, let's see. So I'm up to 6 dice right now. Would you guys be okay with me taking a karma?
Go for it.
Well, remember, all you're going up against is the backfire. This isn't like it's going to have something horrible happen that's going to endanger everyone.
Will this not include the check itself?
This is just to activate the power.
Okay. Then I will hold off on the karma, but I will take one of my key. So I'm looking at 4 for perception plus the 2 key. Okay, that is 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay. So, of course, you make the roll. The backfire does not take effect, but you get the full effect of the power. What exactly were you hoping to gain as far as knowledge of what's happening that you would be gaining from this ability?
I would like to do, well, Kyou mentioned seeing if we could get any idea about alibis that could be around. For up to half a mile, with my +1 to perception for smell and taste, I was going to see if I could specifically smell out dogs or clan people who would be around dogs, things like that.
Okay.
Because while the village is supposedly abandoned, there could be outliers out there.
Okay.
If not, well, at least I have a super sniffer. Okay, so I get I guess this would be perception plus my bonus 1. And then I guess could I use intuition?
Yes. I'd say yes.
So I'll add that. And now, do you guys mind if I take a karma?
Go for it.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. Let's see. That is 1. 3 successes.
All right. That is all right. So you do succeed. And as you're smelling around, and you can smell the troops in the distance. You can smell that there are heavy horses amongst them, but you can't really tell how many. Likewise, though, you think you smell dog on the wind coming from the north.
Okay, more directly north. Okay, then I guess with that information, I'll kind of point us in that direction. And if we're going to find any allies, I think they might be up ahead.
Okay. You make your way. Are y'all doing anything to try and quiet your movement as you're going? Or is it basically at this point you're just like, let's just...
I mean, I'm not quiet.
I was going to say, I mean, we might try, but also would be fine with if like we didn't. We're just a traveling merchant, just merchant traveling, and traveling with our goods and my staff of street urchins.
Okay. You begin to travel north, and it's around an hour later. The smell is stronger of dog, but the smell is also wrong.
Uh-oh.
Wrong dog.
That's
You don't want-
worrisome.
Yeah, wrong dog smell is that's not a good thing.
Now, you're also entering into a thick forest. And the grade of the ground is now starting to go downwards. Like you're entering into possibly a valley. But go ahead and everyone give me a perception check. So, and for the perception, of course, that's intuition.
Oh,
that's your that's your intuition perception is usually the standard.
That's much better. That's 5.
5 successes. Okay.
3.
jeez, I was not paying
3.
attention. 1.
All right.
I
So
rolled 3 4s.
Just
Wait,
one
no.
for me.
all right. So Ranto, Guy, and Chet, almost at the same time, you're looking ahead as the cart is traveling, and then you look up amongst the trees, and it's very odd how it's almost camouflaged into it. But what you see floating in the air about 30 feet up is the ghostly form of what appears to have once been a human in tattered robes. And circling at his feet is a spectral dog.
Stop.
Can we nope out of here?
Is there a fear or guts roll?
No, this is your character. Yeah, this is your character's reacting to seeing this. Now, the thing is that he is looking down from that 30 feet. And of course, that would also mean that 2 of you all did not see it. Those of you who rolled the 3 or higher did see it. But it looks down on it's looking down at Ranto specifically.
That's me.
Its eyes blazing with a very cool light. But it's just staring at you. It does not seem to move. But as you're traveling, you notice that its robe is flowing. It is kind of as if it's caught by an invisible wind or maybe a current of some sort. And, yeah. So how are y'all reacting to all this?
Return to Guy and Ranto and just be like, so ghosts are real, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess?
Chet, we've had this conversation so many times. They're not. They're not.
Why are we
Then
bringing
what's
these
the-
up
No,
again now?
Guys,
I'm gonna grab Kyou by the face. I'm gonna grab Kyou by the face and like move his head to look directly at the ghost.
What the hell is that?
guys, don't embarrass me in front of the cool ghost people from my clan.
Do they buy stuff? Do they have money?
Shut up. That's not the concern. Okay, I have to focus.
There's one track mine's Kyo, and then there's you.
Thank
All right,
you.
I make sure Camu's by my side and that he knows to look up.
Look, I'm just wiling out
Dogs
now
don't
that I
look
know
up.
that
We
the
got
afterlife
this.
is real.
It stares. I mean, if you don't stop the wagon, this goes straight under it, and the entire time it just stares at Ranto and your dog, obviously.
I'll call out to it. I'm like,
I mean, I don't want to be
hello?
pervy and go right under it when its robes are all blowing around.
Again, one track
I'll stop for it. I want to see if the ghost will talk to me. Will fight me.
So what do you say? What do you call out to it?
I just go, hey.
Another
That's all I
one.
got.
Another one
Another
appears next to you.
Oh, hi. You guys are spooky.
It just suddenly appears there, and it seems to be mouthing words, but it's as if rather than air or vapor coming out of its mouth, it's almost as if there is a fluid of bubbles. Like the bubbles are coming out of its mouth and they're flowing off. And it's almost like it wants to talk to you, but it is unable to. You can try to see if maybe an intuition or something could get you some lip reading in on that.
Yeah, that was going to be my next guess. Could I do another intuition perception or intuition empathy? Would that make more sense?
Empathy, I think, would make more sense.
Okay. Do you guys mind if I take another karma for this one?
Go for it. Where is the spectral dog? I would do my best to not run into it.
The one with the dog is still up in the air.
I know, but I thought you said the dog was on the ground.
No, it was circling around its feet in the air.
Oh, bitchin'.
Clearly, what you need to do is suck in the bubbles, and the words that they spoke into the bubbles will come out of your mouth.
Start popping them.
Would it be possible to lend my empathy to this check? Because I get +1 empathy to read a person's motivation or mood.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes, you could.
What would your overall empathy be?
3.
Mine is 3 too.
Okay, so never mind.
What's your intuition though?
2.
You could do that.
I could do that if that's okay.
Technically, by the rules, yes, you can do this.
Okay.
These 2 children stare very hard at these ghosts. Okay, so I'm rolling the 4 for the empathy and karma. That's a 0.
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. I used up all my good rolls on that cool backflip from the last game.
My entire action sequence from last game burned everything out of me.
Roxy says you have another.
Oh, we do? Okay.
No, you don't, but Takumi does.
Oh.
That's
totally up to you if you want to use it or not.
I can re-roll 2 dice. Could I add a karma to this as well?
For the reroll, I will let it. I will let it go.
You just got a reroll from chat. A user called Papin gave Ranto a reroll.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
It's 1 success.
I got 2.
There we
Nice.
go. Yeah, that'll work.
3 successes.
Between the two of you, you're able to put together that it's saying that we have been invaded.
Invaded or evaded?
Invaded.
Are you talking about right now, or are you talking about what happened a long time ago?
Good question. I had the same one.
Now, and yet not that long ago.
So both times. Well, we're trying to, for the moment, avoid the invaders. They're not far off, but we kind
Current
of,
ones.
yeah, we could use some help. Maybe we can help you.
We are trapped. Danger is ahead and danger is behind.
I kind of figured that. What do you mean trapped? Is there a way we can, I don't know, set you free?
One comes who drives us away.
One comes who drives you away. Who's driving you away?
And you notice now that their form is becoming weaker, as if it is becoming more transparent. And one of them points, the one up in the air points in the direction of the army.
Oh, well, that kind of feels like an obvious answer in hindsight. Okay, so how do we untrap you then?
We must
We
drive.
gotta fight them?
Yeah. They say you must either face them or drive the serpent from our land.
Well, you know what? I feel like I could take on an army.
But we don't need to take on the army. We just need to get rid of the snake in charge, right? Cut off the head, body dies.
Yeah.
Follow.
Okay, I can follow.
And it basically moves, almost flying to the north.
Okay, well, you heard the ghost.
Saddle up.
Ranto is excited. I got to see some ghosts.
Yeah.
So that's the extent of Kyo's roleplay at this point.
As you're traveling, you now start to see the forest is thickening. And again, you are now in a steeper grade, going definitely into a valley. And you're seeing now several spirits. They seem to pretty much move through the trees. All of them have that same form where it looks as if they are trapped in a wind or in an ether of some sort. And as you get lower, you're beginning to suspect that perhaps they died from drowning.
Mm-hmm. That's gruesome.
Ranto, can you ask them if there are any of their number that are alive?
Are there any survivors? Did anybody run away?
One of them looks at you from the forest nearby. It's as if they're almost acting in unison, but it turns towards you. The flesh from the side of its jaw gone, exposing teeth. It mouths the words, "We are all alone here, but we are not alone." And it points, for you to continue to follow.
Yep, that's where Ranto's gonna go.
You enter into a clearing of sorts, and up ahead you see a mound of white. And the other one that you had been talking to at first is hovering nearby.
When you say mound of white, do you mean like snow?
It's not
Mound
snow.
of
It is definitely not snow.
mound of body?
It looks almost like cloth.
Mound of clothing.
And
Dog hides?
what?
Dog hides?
No.
Good.
As you near, it's really hard to make out exactly what it is, but the one that you talked to at first turns and points at it and says, "Of the serpent."
This is from the serpent.
Mm-hmm. And with those words, go ahead and give me. It's almost not even worth saying to say this, because really you're able to piece together that this is obviously the cast-off skin of a giant snake of some sort.
Oh shoot!
The diameter of it, you would guess, is probably in the area of 10 to 20 feet.
Is this the diameter of it?
Yes. The length of it, this cast-off skin, now you're looking at this huge mound. You can't even begin to guess what the length of it might actually be.
So, literal serpent.
It shifts uncomfortably, and it says, "Spirits, but not like us." And of course, these are what it's mouthing to you.
And this guy's around still.
He came with the others, the invaders.
He didn't leave, though, did he?
He what? Sorry,
He didn't leave, did he?
Some of them left. We do not know if he is still here.
I feel like he'd be kind of hard to miss.
He travels through the earth.
Oh, then he might be hard to miss. Yeah. Okay. Guys, how do we find a giant, really old snake that travels to the earth?
I have a question.
Yes.
Out of character.
Okay.
Back when we first discussed some of the things that went on with the war and everything, did Sumi discuss, or even Abe, or not Abe, whoever, Ayame, the people who gave us our task, did they explain, because we were looking for the poisoner, right, that poisoned Echo, right?
Yeah.
So did we get that whole story that the troops were in this area before when that happened?
That is more of a lore or history question, which if somebody wants more information on that, I can provide it if they want to do a check.
My question is do our characters know about that story? So we just need to roll for it.
Like Echo and her being in this area.
And her being in the area, and that there were...
You are aware.
Okay, because... So we would be aware then that they fled this area because...
When the Empire first came, yes.
The Empire first came. So, okay, so Kyou would have made that the invaders that have come recently... sorry, I can hear myself on your mic. That the invaders that have come recently, when they said now and not that long ago, that is referring probably to that instance. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I was just wanting to know how much our characters knew.
Your characters know about Sakamoto Eiko having come here for the clandestine meeting that took place with the original Wooden Dojo cast. You are all caught up on that.
Sure. Okay, cool. Cool. So he said they're not alone, but he doesn't say, he has not indicated that there is a living member here.
it's intimated that no, there are no living members of the Pact of the Black Moon here.
Sad. Cool.
Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Does anybody want to make any lore rolls or anything along those lines, history rolls or knowledge rolls?
The best thing I have is I get a +2 intuition for random common knowledge. I don't know if that would apply here, but I have 3 knowledge.
Not my forte.
So I would at that point.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you rolled, or is that what you have?
I have a 4 knowledge. I'm just not sure what other skill would apply to this. I'm thinking like maybe intuition or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your intuition? I mean,
it's only. Oh, it's only 2, so that'd be a total of 6. That would roll to try and figure this out.
Yes.
That would be what I have if I roll knowledge intuition. Like I said, I do. Well, this wouldn't be random common knowledge though, because this is not common knowledge.
Okay, so common knowledges that would be involved in this is that yes, you would know that the this area was in fact flooded. That the Empire more than likely brokered a deal. The Emperor himself possibly brokered a deal with some spirits and flooded this valley, drowning the Pack of the Black Moon that were residing here and wiping out anyone else who crawled out. Since that point, nobody travels here. Not to this section, because it is said that the spirits defend to this day their, the old hidden village.
You have also been granted a GM karma.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that is knowledge that you would have commonly. Knowledge beyond that, though.
I think Guy is probably. I mean, I have the same roll. We're both at 6, but I'll let Guy roll it.
Well, I mean, what's your intuition? Just out of curiosity.
Mine is 3, but my knowledge is only 3. So,
sure, but can we do like a joint skill roll where I do my knowledge and Kyou does his?
Yes, you
so
could.
that way we can get 7.
There, that works. Yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm. So we're putting our big brains together.
One for me.
We might want to use a karma because otherwise, Guy is super scared out of his britches because he got 0 successes.
We do have.
No.
So you still have your reroll.
You still have a reroll, but we were also gifted one to the table for the next person that needed it that we can use first if you want. If you want to go ahead and reroll, I don't think we can add karma after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Technically, no.
Then yeah, let's go ahead and do the reroll then.
Sounds good.
One success for me. My dice are super hot tonight.
I got it. So that's 2 successes total.
2 successes, which is what's necessary.
Cool.
Woo.
So as far as additional lore goes, give me something in the direction of what you might want to know, and because there's a whole lot that's going on here. So anything in specific that you want to know. I mean, obviously you both are now aware of the history of this location as far as how these ghosts came to be here.
I would say anything that would imply something dangerous is still here.
Yeah, like is the graboid still among us?
All right. Here's an interesting tidbit that as far as giant serpents go, it is said that in the ancient War of the Withered Fang, which is a war centuries ago, there were giant serpents from the spirit realm that the members of the at that point the recoiling serpents used to go into battle on, and they have not been seen really since the War of the Withered Fang.
But somebody as old as, I don't know, the leader of the serpents would potentially still have access to one, or at least know their whereabouts.
Perhaps. Yes. Or a usurper who you are rumored to be, that's rumored to be in this forest. If y'all remember.
Yeah, the younger guy.
Well, Koga was going here.
Well, not Koga, but the guy that
Onimaru.
Chet. Yeah, Onimaru.
Onimaru. Koga was on his way to this forest area to meet with Onimaru.
Great serpent riders. Ugh.
I don't like the sound of that.
I honestly thought all those big giant spirit beasts that they always talk about in around our hometown, I always thought that those were fake. I mean, I just thought that was something that the old men talked about at the bars. I didn't think there were actually giant freaking spirit serpents.
Well,
Yeah, and I didn't know there were ghosts, so we're all learning things today.
yeah, this dude we've been talking to and the hill of snakeskin in front of us kind of say to the contrary.
Can I take off a piece of the snakeskin?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll just take a little bit of it for now and put it in my backpack.
How thick is it? Like, is it usable?
It's usable for something. I mean, it's very brittle.
Oh,
I mean, it is like a cast-off snakeskin.
I was hoping it was a little thicker and not as brittle, because Kyou would definitely make something out of that and sell the crap out of it.
Well, take a large piece of it. Maybe you can figure something with it.
Does anyone have hairspray to hold this together?
Oh yeah, let me check my purse.
I mean, you are the girl, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have hairspray, right? No.
I don't even know
She's
what hairspray
the
is.
filthiest of all of us.
Hairspray gathers a lot of dirt, man. I mean, hairspray doesn't mean you're clean. It just means you're sticky.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what hairspray is.
Yeah, that's a Roxanne question. That's not a Kyou question at the end of the day. Yeah, no, we'll take some.
All right.
I'd like to ask the spirit, since we're talking invaders, if he's seen another kid about our age with any other serpent clan heading through here.
They look at you and they're like, yes. He is with the ones in the village.
In the village right now.
Yes.
Can you point us in the right direction?
Yeah, he turns around and points further north.
That's where we need to go.
Yep.
Their form is slowly dissipating more and more, and they look back to the south and say, we must go. And as a group, you see about 30 of these ghosts fly and take off to the northeast.
I would like to play a song for them as they make their departure.
Wonderwall?
Sure.
Okay.
This guy's favorite.
And I think we're going to take a short break right here. And when we get back, y'all will be traveling further into the lost city of Grass. Sounds very similar to some other lost city. But anyways, we'll be back.
Ghost dog.
Kyo's Cash Money Mobile. That's me there, man. I love Kyo.
There it goes.
It's funny because it took me a second to realize that was my sleeve coming down from my hand. I thought I was just giving a massive thumbs down, and I was really confused when you first.
Kyo the executor.
Yeah. Now, there is a request that indeed becomes a shirt.
Along with the Scooby-Doo crossover as well.
That would be cute.
Yes, there's also a request for a Scooby-Doo crossover, and perhaps maybe a sticker that says +1 to smelling toots. Or if like dog clothes are an option on T Public.
Might be.
Maybe I know baby onesies are on there. I mean, we could definitely +1 to toots would be on the baby onesie.
Let me make a note.
Yeah,
make
a note.
So when last we left our intrepid heroes, you were continuing into this area that was once the hidden village for where the city of Grass once was. So, as you're continuing onwards towards the village, what are y'all going to be doing?
Just
getting ready to fight a snake.
Yeah, just as a visual mental reference, we're still traveling through basically a wasteland of an area that was washed out.
Yes. All the trees here are still standing, but they are almost ghosts themselves. They are just, imagine winter, except it's not winter. Here are all these tall trees, all the branches still on them, but they are fragile, weak. Parts of them are broken away, and they are dead.
Okay.
I think
in order to prepare for the oncoming battle, I'm rereading my favorite book, Tremors.
Nice.
Why not Dune? You know,
ancient Eastern literature.
High fantasy's for losers.
Because we don't have like guns and stuff.
Oh.
We have like not space guns. We have like regular people guns.
I don't know.
Like Reba McEntire.
I feel like Burt, whatever his name is, Burt
Reynolds?
No. No, it's played by Michael Gross, was the actor, but his name was Burt, like something stupid, like Doohickey or something. What is the guy? God dang it!
Are we talking about Burt
Gummer?
Yeah,
Gummer. Yeah.
Gummer. Was it Burt?
Yes, Burt and his wife. I don't remember.
Reba McEntire. That's all I remember. But she wasn't in any of the rest of the movies. So she said, no, this is dumb. I'm better than this. Michael Gross said, I'm going to stake the rest of my career on this bullshit and be in 6 of them.
Well, yeah. God bless Christian Slater for showing up for, or no, it wasn't Christian Slater, was it?
No.
Oh, what's the actor that was in the first one?
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, Kevin Bacon did at least was on the phone for the last movie.
He was in the first movie, huh?
Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Michael Gross, who was the dad on Family Ties, played Burt Gummer, and Reba McEntire played Mrs. Gummer.
We're just all having this conversation in game in the wagon.
We are.
It's distracting us from all the horror.
Kamu starts howling a Reba McEntire song.
I can see it.
The ghosts are like, well, we picked the wrong kids.
Yeah, get these. Oh God, here, can we fade faster? Can we fade faster?
Good for the ghost. I'm going into stealth, by the way.
Yep. But as you're traveling along, you begin to see in the distance the remains of a village. So it's rather interesting because it's like the village itself is obviously destroyed, but there are buildings that are built on top of the remains of older buildings. Like you see larger hewn stone bricks and corners pieces and other things that there must have been. I think almost this village was built on top of the ruins of a almost Western style castle. Like we're talking castle in France or England, and all with portions of walls still remaining. And alongside of those walls is where this village was kind of built in. So, and again, still the same trees, same lack of life. But now, as you are arriving at the village, in the distance behind you, you're not certain how far, you now hear the sound of the army approaching.
Is because the village seems to be built on top of this castle, is there an accessible way up?
Well, I mean, it's like fallen over walls, large breaches. I mean, it is ruins.
Okay.
That this village was built to kind of utilize parts of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a way?
And there is a very small stream that runs through the entire thing.
Is there a way that we
Yes.
can lure the giant serpent to intercept the army battalion
If you could find it.
so that we can have like a real, like we could just sit on the sidelines and bet who's going to win and then just take out the stragglers?
Possibly.
Well, Chet, if it acted like the graboids, then it would already hear the army approaching and already be under them. I read that book in high school. I'm not even in high school yet.
I'm just gonna lean over to Ranto. We had very different educations growing up, apparently.
We went to school together.
I remember I threw a dodgeball at you.
Have a knowledge of 0.
I'm gonna see. Is there a way that we could like try to track the snake?
You could try if you could find it or find some find some other evidence of it.
Well, I mean, we had that big old butt snake skin. Is there just like a track or something? I mean, that'd be a survival roll, yeah? Or am I thinking too much D&D?
No, I would allow a. Let's see. Let me look here. Survival would probably work, and maybe some intuition. But I'm looking at this point. I'm looking at a 4.
What about perception?
Perception might work if you could explain what it is you're trying to look for.
I mean, I guess
other than just a giant snake.
I guess that would fall under, like, finding tracks would fall under survival, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Does it make more sense to try to find Koga rather than the snake? Because we don't know if they've, met yet. Right? They could be still trying to find it or summon it. So would it make more sense to find our perps over the snake?
I'm kind of of the same mind, simply because if the army is coming up behind us and the people that we came up here originally looking for are just somewhere in this village, we're ahead of them now. If we spend too much time looking around for a snake that we don't really have an idea of where it is, we're gonna get overrun by the army at that point. And if we pursue the people in the village, we'll probably run across the snake eventually anyway.
Yeah, but if I assume from what we've learned recently that the Empire and the snakes are working together. So if we find them and then the army comes up behind us, we're fighting two groups. I think we should either try to find and take out one of them right now, or just stay here and try to take out those guys with an ambush.
Which is why we should go into the village now while they're separated.
So I mean, do we think that the Empire is working with the new branch of the with the what eagle fangs or whatever.
Onamaru's fangs.
Oh, Onamaru's fangs.
It felt like it. It felt like they were pretty much in league in that last town.
Feeling that what if we can get early enough and overhear some things that would probably give us some answers. But we only have this opportunity now before this army gets here. While they think that nothing is going on. We don't have to attack anybody or anything potentially. If we stay hidden, they won't even know we're here.
I do feel like tracking Koga is the easier thing because we were kind of already doing that. But and if the spirits are telling us ahead of that, you know, who we're looking for is up ahead, then I feel like we just need to get into the village. I mean, the snake may make an appearance anyway if they're here. I think our best bet is that the snake is going to be around this village somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's hiding somewhere around the perimeter of the village or the vicinity of the village. But I think when we find our guys first, because I got the impression that they could be potentially on their way to try to bring Koga to strike that deal with the serpent. So maybe they haven't done it yet.
Can I put my ear to the ground? Because you said it goes inside the earth.
Yes.
Can I put my ear to the ground and see if I can hear
Sure. Perception and what do you want to use that? Survival?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, perception would work. Maybe intuition. I mean, that's the common perception roll in this game.
Well, intuition is way better for me than survival, for sure.
Okay.
And this is keeping in mind that an army is also marching this way, so they're making their own vibrations through the ground.
That's why I need my intuition to be able to tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes?
2 successes.
You so that is enough for a normal success. You do hear the army in the distance moving closer, but it's also rhythmic. And so it's very easy to be like, okay, they're marching in rhythm. You would think that if Snake is present, it would probably be, if it's moving, it's going to be constant. And you listen for a while, and you don't hear it.
I also would like to spend a karma to have the ability to speak parcel tongue. Do I hear any snake speak happening in the ground?
No.
Kyou, you gotta stop reading all those books.
That is the opposite of what everyone ever told me growing up.
But we should hide the wagon and start sneaking into this village.
Yeah.
Okay.
Initiate stealth mode.
Yeah, can we? I was like, we did just make a huge ghillie tarp for the wagon, so that doesn't mean that we have to leave it behind. We just have to tell Paula Abmule and Ferris Mueller to shh.
All right.
2 mules walking side by side with nothing else around them.
Yeah.
They don't even
Well,
have
I'm going to require that it does have to be stationary.
Okay.
Because a hill moving through the I mean, if you're really trying to freak people out, a hill moving through the swamp is pretty scary.
Can one of the ghost guys sit on top of it and really freak them out?
If they had stuck around, maybe, but of course they all bugged out.
It was because Kamu was howling that Reba McEntire song. They just were like, "We're gonna pass on."
He is known to do that.
Favorite artist.
They're just like they're just like, look, I liked her show, but I'm not a fan of her music.
Her show was actually pretty solid.
Let's hide our wagon.
Standard white people sitcom fare.
My gosh.
All right. So you hide the wagon, or are you going to try and hide the wagon in the village, or what are y'all going to do?
Outside is better, right?
Outside is better. We'll hide the wagon outside so no one molests it while we're gone.
All right. So pretty much there's nothing that's going to be able to spot it, even an army.
It's a good Gilly Suit.
And you make your way down towards the village. What are y'all going to be doing? Are you trying to stealth into it? Are you trying to look around?
I'm trying to look around.
I would like to stealth and pinpoint where our guys are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to sneak it and get a vantage point if I could, similar to what we did in the village.
All right.
Or the other town.
Okay. So let's start off with Ranto. Go ahead and make your stealth check.
Okay, let's see. Stealth. Could we utilize? Let's see what makes sense. Time is of the essence. Can I use stealth and speed?
I prefer time is of the essence.
Essence. But does that seem okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Okie dokie. That's a 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. Oh, wait, 5 successes.
There we go.
All right.
Back in the saddle.
All right. You are stealthed. Now let me go ahead and make a quick check here. As near as you can tell, nobody seems to be paying you any mind. Let's go, Chet. You were going to take a look around.
Yeah. I want to use, perception for looking, and then intuition to assess the situation, which with my character sheet gives me a +1.
All right.
All right.
Go for it.
Do it. Are you guys cool with me using a karma also?
Yeah, we're good. We still have 4.
All right. Okay, that's 5 successes.
Ooh. I'm going to get back to you in a second. Takumi, go ahead and give me your stealth roll. And you're going to probably do acrobatics using trying to find acrobatics or athletics. You were looking for a good vantage point?
Yeah. There's no way I could convince you that speed is like the ability to also parkour and or acrobatics my way to a place.
Well, remember, I love a good description, so yeah, I'll take speed.
Okay.
Descriptions.
So I'll probably find like a ruined like tower or something like that, and it probably has like a missing wall on one chunk of it, and the roof is gone. And I'll climb up the broken roof on the ground and shimmy my way up from there. 7's and up, right? 4.
All right. You find a good vantage point, and to some extent you'll get a little bit of this description, but Chet, you're looking around and you're like, there is no obvious reason to believe that anybody is currently in this village. In fact, as you're looking around, you're like, it has more of the feeling that there hasn't been anybody here in at least a day or so. But with your roll, you do see the tiniest wisp of smoke coming through the roof of one of the houses at the end of the street, basically in the back of this village.
Right.
Really quick, Guy and Kyou, is there anything y'all are going to do?
I am going to shut the crap up. My stealth is not very good, but I'm at least going to try not to speak.
Okay, and Guy?
I was well, so Chet hasn't moved into the village yet, right? He was just kind of taking stock of the. I was basically just gonna follow their lead once it seemed like he kind of had a plan. So I'm a follower, not a doer.
Okay. All right. So
I'd probably be asking Chet. So do we go in, or did you see something, or?
Yeah, there's smoke coming out of that chimney. We should get closer. I'm gonna try to sneak towards the building using my stealth skill, and I'm going to pretend that I'm more stealthy than I am. So can I add my perform skill?
Let me think on that one. Perform with what?
Perform and stealth.
He's going to pretend he's a snake.
So perform and stealth?
He's going to pretend he has a better stealth stat.
Either
yes, but I will give this to you, but I will say this. All your teammates see what you're doing, and I want a description.
Yes!
Alright.
You see, I imagine Krong from Emperor's New Groove here.
Yeah.
That's also what I was imagining. So we'll see how I do.
Gonna go kick Cobra's ass.
He even has a theme
Yeah, we
song.
are. That's 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally just
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm totally just Kronk sneaking.
I'm sitting there like, yes, that works.
Nobody seems to notice you.
Now I want to watch the movie again so that I can remember what that little tune is that he's humming to himself as he's doing all of that.
I'm thinking more Family Guy myself.
I mean, you know what? Stick with the theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Tiptoe, like diggy 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 diggy.
And the team, you all see him doing this,
and you hear the xylophone behind my toes.
He's really got to stop bringing that xylophone around. It's really gonna mess up one of our stealth missions one day.
Guy would just be asking us, so how does that always work?
Just ties it to his toes. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm trying to remember. I think there's actually I think it's actually Kyou's clan that has a jutsu that lets them create noises as they move, or change noises into other noises.
Noise.
Why don't I have that? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did you build your character right?
It's a fun.
I built my character, but I didn't.
Because I remember that in the Wooden Dojo, Christie's character changed her footsteps into the sounds of a marching band or whatever.
Yeah, but she was a bamboo herbalist.
Oh, I thought she. Okay, my bad. Oh.
This happens where camera's going to switch and then she's going to switch it back.
The dynamic view.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we get the action shots of Ranto. No, yeah, the suggestion from chat is to turn all the ambient noises into farts. So I think that we need to enlist Kamu for this stealth mission. But no, yeah, I was offered a position with the bamboo herbalist, but I declined.
Bro.
You could have lived forever.
I get to the building, and then I start doing like SWAT team hand signs to the rest of my team, and we did not rehearse this.
He's like bird calls.
Yep. So it's yeah. Just imagine all that. So what are the rest of y'all going to do?
I'm gonna regain some composure because I just watched Chet do that. But he's in the right direction, it looks like. So I'm going to continue my stealth from rubble to rubble, keeping low to the ground until I can approach I guess maybe the back end of the house and see if there's a way to like kind of either climb. Is there a chimney on this?
I'll say because of Chet's description, yes, there is. There's also a lot of holes in the roof.
Okay, I'm gonna start potentially making my way up to the top for an airdrop.
Same. If there's holes in the roof, that's where I want to be.
Don't hit me.
Okay. So are you all going to try and drop in at the same time?
I want to look in the window and see what's up first.
That's a good question.
Okay. In the room, you see some supplies, a few odds and ends, bedroll, not the worst quality stuff you've ever seen. And sitting in front of a very small fire, maybe a little bit drowsy, you see Koga. And that is all you see in the house.
I'm going to look up at my other two guys. Just do the hand sign for like, let's get them.
I do the hand.
Without any more communication than that, is there an intact window on this building?
Spend a karma and I will say yes.
Guys.
Fine.
Remember, karma is... yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I got to get everyone's permission. Is everyone cool with that?
What is this for? Sorry, I've been reading jutsus.
Going to be for the sole purpose of him breaking it.
Yes.
So I will give you my agreement for this with the sole caveat that there's already an open window right next to you and you're purposefully ignoring it for the intact one.
I will second that motion.
Karma has been spent.
All right, I'm going to flying karate kick through the window.
And y'all are both dropping in at the same time?
I'm dropping in now.
I'm going to stay up top on the roof just in case, because I'm ranged at best.
Yeah, you just hear, oh, for the love, and I drop in.
All right, so Koga rolls around.
I'm trying to be distracting with it if I need to roll something extra.
Yeah.
I'll have my bow out.
Looks surprised, and his hand goes to a blade on his back, but he's looking at you. Describe the scene for me. Exactly what do you do? Let's start with Ranto. So what do you do? What does it look like for your...
Peeking in from above, I watched Chet bust through the window, and I'm like, okay. And so I just jumped on in.
Superhero landing?
Yeah, just gonna look cool. And you know what? Camus probably came through one of the open holes that was already established after Chet and I jumped in. So I guess I'm looking at this weird standoff where he's going for his sword or his blade, and then Chet's probably got a little bit of glass under his feet. And
I got shoes on.
And I'm just kind of like, don't you do it.
All right, Chet, what does this look like for you?
So I do my karate kick through the window. It looks badass. There's slow motion glass flying around me. And I hit the ground, roll, and then I'm gonna like lunge at him to like pin him down before he can grab his sword knife.
Ooh, let's go for a challenge on that really quick. So he, of course, is going to try and pull the sword and jump back a bit. So he's going to be going with athletics fighting.
I'm going to do fighting and might because I'm holding them.
All right. I've got 4 successes.
Can I assist in any way, or is it too late for my turn?
Let's go ahead and let this part play out really quick.
Okay.
Have 5.
All right.
Wow.
So you grab him and stop him, shoving him to the ground and preventing him from drawing his sword. What are y'all doing here? He calls out.
We're here to stop you from doing something stupid.
Yeah, what are you doing, by the way?
What do you even mean? God, let me go. Get off me. He kind of struggles to try and toss you off, probably futilely.
Freaking whiner.
We should probably shut him up.
Do the rest of you now, hearing all this, arrive on the scene?
I take that piece of snakeskin and I shove it in his mouth.
Ew. That's just gonna crumble in his mouth.
But he'll shut up.
Yeah, he shuts up.
Yeah. He's not gonna like it. It's not anything to do with the taste. It's more of a texture thing.
A little salty.
He's very salty.
Soupy salty.
Ugh. I'm going to stay.
But yes.
I'm going to stay up on the roof, looking down through the hole. That way, I can keep an eye out around the building as well to see if anybody else is approaching the building and listen in on the conversation.
All right. Perception check for you, Guy. You were saying something though.
I was gonna say that while they are working on confronting with Koga, I wanted to take this opportunity to lay down some traps just in case things go AWOL.
Okay.
Do you have a trap big enough for a giant snake?
I don't know, but I have traps designed for people.
Oh, okay.
So
we just need to make a good buried guillotine.
All right. So that was a 6 on your perception?
I rolled 2 10s, an 8, and a 9.
The army is moving closer. You think that there are some people moving ahead of it, scouting, but you also hear the distinct sound of chains, which catch your ears. And that is definitely further ahead of the army.
Kyou, are you doing anything at the moment?
No. All I did was shove my snakeskin into his face.
Okay.
And I'm like, God, you're a freaking whiner. You've always been such a freaking whiner.
I'm going to use
God.
my special mouth signals along with vocal aid to say, put the fire out.
So did you just say put the fire out?
Wow.
Yes.
Do you get a bonus to that for description?
Or psychic damage.
So I pull some dirt out of my pocket, or out of Ranto's pocket, and I throw it on the fire.
Hey, that's
More
my
like
good dirt.
It's like the end of a Are You Afraid of the Dark episode.
Yeah. He's looking daggers at the group right now. So he's not able to do much else. What are y'all going to do?
Put your eyes in your head, dork.
I'm going to poke my head in through the hole in the ceiling and go, whatever we're going to do, we got to do it fast. Something is moving ahead of the army and it's coming up quickly.
Okay, first things first. Koga, what were you doing in here?
His mouth is filled with snakeskin right now.
I'll take
Okay.
the snakeskin out. So for purposes of answering
Piece
questions.
by piece.
Looks like an old sunburn in there.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah, he probably is black, with his mouth. And what did you do? Who's here?
We're here. What are you doing here?
We followed you, you nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like something's following you.
No, it's just a coincidence that they're here.
Can we all hear the army?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get going.
They didn't follow us. They just also happen to be going this way. But why are you here?
Ooh. Yeah.
If I tell you, will you let me go?
That depends.
Maybe.
But if you dodge the question again, I am going to hit you.
Figures.
You want me to intimidate him with that, or
Sure. That would be great.
let's do? Can we do intimidation? And I mean, I'm already holding him down, so I guess I'd just be like might again.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe twist his arm a little bit.
Yeah.
We're the best kids.
Your kids.
What if we
we-
were the school bullies?
We haven't fully learned empathy yet.
I have a couple more picks to go.
It's 5 again.
Wow. Yeah, he is like, okay. Listen, Master Onimaru just told me that my job was to stay here, that he was moving the clan elsewhere. He told me that to stay here and that he had plans for me.
What?
Yeah. Who overheard the twins talking about him?
I did.
Okay. Did you tell us that information?
Yes, I did.
All right, I'm gonna say confidently, we're just using you, Koga. You're disposable to them.
Whatever. You're just...
I don't know how to counter that. He's a perfect arguer.
What if?
Is he stoned? What was he burning in that fire? He sounds like he's on allergy medicine or something.
Go ahead and give me a roll on that. Go ahead and give me maybe a...
I am a salesman and I haven't been known to smuggle things, or my parents did, so I might have knowledge of illicit pharmaceuticals and be able to tell symptoms.
Let's see. Then maybe a crafts intuition or something else.
I'll take a crafts. I'll take a. Actually, wait a second. Oh no, I only get a +1 holistics when attempting to heal the sick. I actually have holistics. I have 1.
Okay.
But can I use, if I use holistics intuition, can I get my +2 for random common knowledge?
Yes.
Yay!
Drug check.
That's 4.
He is definitely on something. And you would be led to believe, just on your knowledge, that, yeah, somebody has drugged him. More than likely some sort of mild hallucinogen. So he is currently unable to do much.
Guys, he's borked. I mean, he's absolutely out of his gourd. Let's just carry him out of here, because we're not probably very safe here.
Yeah.
Where did Onimaru say he was taking his army?
He was using the Great Serpent. We were trapped. That's how we got out.
He's already got the Great Serpent?
Well, yeah. How do you think we got here?
And how do you think I got that skin I put in your face?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're right, he is borked.
Okay,
I'm gonna start tying him up, and I'm not stealing is wrong, so I'm not doing that. I am, however, acquiring a new knife.
And we are kidnapping this child. Well, we're at it.
Yeah,
We're rescuing him.
Somebody give me something I can gag him with that's not snakeskin.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'll just reach into my bag and pull out some cloth.
You have so many textiles.
In a wagon.
Takumi, you begin to see a figure emerging from the forest.
I will poke my head back in. Whatever we're gonna do, we gotta do it now. People are coming.
Whoa. Well, Ranto, we got new camera and we got some wicked sounds coming from you.
Oh, there we go.
You got sounds?
Yeah.
Is it people coming? Are you sure it's people?
I can see a dude coming this way.
You could see a nude?
A dude.
Oh.
In fact,
Hell yeah, if they're nude.
does anybody go to see what's going on?
John, real quick before we do that, while they were having this conversation with Koga, how much time would I have had to set up traps in the
Coming
area?
into the village, you had, I would say, maybe a couple minutes.
Okay. So the book never really says how much time it takes to actually set up a trap, and so I would kind of need like a GM adjudication on like a rough estimate of how many traps I could set. So like maybe 2 or 3, I think.
All right, do me a favor.
What's up?
Roll a d10.
Roll a d10. Got it. 7.
You just set 7 traps.
Dang. You're efficient.
Give me you ran around and set them as quickly as you can. Give me a list of places you would put them.
All right. So I didn't know if Koga was going to try and make an escape, and so I put one on the on the outside of the window in case he tried to make an escape. So one's there.
All right.
And I would have put the remaining 6 at various locations on the border of the village in places under like underneath items that are kind of hard to see.
All right. So it hasn't. What's coming into the area hasn't set off the trap yet. But what you see, any of y'all who are looking out towards the forest, you see a figure that seems to have 4 chains trailing behind it, pulled taut, that are back in the forest. This figure, the chains are wrapped around its torso. And it seems to be covered in various wrappings of dark leather. You are able to make out that it has a head that is covered in leather with only 2 eye holes that are visible. It is shrouded in a tight, you would think form-fitting jacket or something that you're not certain this figure has arms. I don't want to say straight jacket because this would be, think of it more as if it covers the entire body. You don't see arms. And then it has legs. And it is walking forward with the chains pulling taut. And
so, weird form-fitting trench coat wearing dude that's dragging something, or it looks like it.
Takumi, because your rolls that you've made with perception, you see that it is 4 men that are in imperial garb that are being dragged. Basically, they are holding onto the chain as tightly as they can and holding the figure back as it takes steps forward.
Oh.
I throw Koga over my shoulder and I start to go the opposite direction.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
That looks weird. And do I like, does it look like the Imperial Guards are trying to hold it back?
Mm-hmm.
Hold them back? Okay. Does the figure look like, and I know the face is covered, but does it look like it's not even like it's not really even trying, that it's just pulling them really easily?
I don't want to say not trying, but yeah.
Okay. Have I ever heard of or seen anything like this before?
Knowledge check.
Random common knowledge?
Oh no.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anything common about super strong armless dude.
knowledge, intuition, or
Sure.
five.
All right. With that score, of course, that's a legendary equivalent success.
What was the?
You were looking at a 4.
Okay, cool.
You have heard of an individual that was captured by the Empire and trained. The individual was previously known as Rikimaru the Cannibal.
I want to fight the cannibal.
I legit thought that you said Ricky Martin at first, and I was like, totally takes the fear away. I mean,
Shake it back.
Part 2 to Shia LaBeouf. So
yeah. Ricky Martin the Cannibal.
no, Rikimaru the Cannibal. It is said that the Golden Lions captured him and then trained him in a forbidden technique that made him more of a monster than a man. But it was described, those who have seen him describe a figure such as what you're seeing.
This is not good.
Oh, and that training is that he's an executioner.
Oh, is this the executioner?
This is a executioner.
Okay. Now the Golden Lions are the ones that use jutsu, right?
Yes, they are the ones that can copy any jutsu that they find, but they are also the ones that created the executioners. Basically, people who are trained in forbidden techniques, such as techniques that involve draining or tracking ki. But ultimately usually drives these guys insane.
Bastards. That's my clan. It's my clan stuff.
So,
guys, we got to get out of here. We would be better off going towards the Fangs. I don't care where we go, but we need to get away from this.
Can we even get our wagon out of here fast enough to avoid them?
I don't know. I don't even know. Is our wagon toward where they are coming from?
It's hidden. You could always try and come back for it later.
What if?
Yeah,
or
I
you
think
can
we
face
need
them.
to go.
What if Takumi shot an arrow real good and like knocked the chain, like broke the chains, and made these 4 guys have to deal with this guy loose? I think that'd slow them down.
Does Kyou have any knowledge that would make him feel like the cannibal would turn on them, or has he been completely brainwashed into serving them?
Think of it more as a bloodhound. If he got lost, he's going after his quarry.
which is key, which is us.
Yeah, I don't think we want to let him loose. I mean, if we want him to shoot an arrow, we can shoot an arrow at his leather shrouded head.
I mean, I can. I don't know if I can kill him or knock him down, but I could at the very least get his attention. So I could go one way and shoot him and use some key to light up like a Christmas tree for him, and y'all could run the other way towards the wagon, and I can try to meet up with you. I'm fairly quick.
Dang it. I should have studied more. I should have freaking studied more.
We don't really got time to regret. We could also go, or we can stay and fight. Or we could antagonize them and then run. But they don't seem to know. Well, maybe that guy knows where we are. But
how many traps did you set up around the town? 7?
4.
4?
I decided to
6.
keep 2 in my stash, so
Okay.
I held back a little bit.
Didn't we do a thing? What did we do when we were in the? What were we doing when we were on the camp out or whatever, and we were on the test? Didn't we make like a key beacon?
Mm-hmm. You did actually.
Yeah.
Can we do that to send them in at least off our trail so we can, I don't know, go the other way, get Koga out of here, because we do believe, right, that Koga has been used and he's just a schlep.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, can we?
I have an idea. Could I use my jutsu withdraw weapon to make an arrow made out of key?
Oh yeah, can we do a key beacon? Can we make a key beacon or an arrow into a key beacon and fire that bitch out there somewhere?
So first I'm looking for the jutsu test to get the arrow.
Okay.
Then I'm looking at somebody's going to have to infuse the arrow with ki.
I think any one of us could do that, right?
So
Technically.
Making the jutsu out of an arrow that is a tattoo on my body wouldn't necessarily carry ki with it.
It could possibly. Now remember, your tattoo, it was once an arrow and then it is applied to you and becomes a tattoo. It's not like it's not like they drew an arrow and it becomes and then it becomes an arrow.
Got it. Okay. Would it be better to use the jutsu instead of just using a normal arrow from a quiver on my back?
It's hard to say the positives or negatives of either. Obviously, you're going to be drawing attention to yourself using the jutsu to get the arrow off of you. So there is that.
So would you rather just infuse it, a normal arrow?
I think that might be the better thing to do, because then it wouldn't be the flash of my key and then something flying away from me. It would just be the arrow kind of lights up and then flies away like a bird, if that makes sense.
So it's going to be a key discipline check. And the difficulty is going to be a 3.
Okay.
So whoever infuses that arrow, that's what you're looking at.
A key discipline check?
That is not my strong suit.
What would that
know?
I believe that's the number of key points you have. This plus your discipline score. That's how many dice you roll, and you need looking to get a
3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah.
I do want to say, I'm not saying that this changes anything, but I do have harmonic flow, which is one of my clan specific jutsus. That I don't have a huge dice pool for it, but it says in all places there's a finite amount of ki that may be drawn and molded. This jutsu redirects and frees some of that energy for the rest of the scene. The environment is treated as though a ki line is present, allowing anyone to mold ki 2 extra times. On a boost, the ki in the environment also resets to its starting value. So, I mean, I don't know if that would help right now, but maybe.
Molding ki is drawing ki from the environment, so that if you yourself run out of ki or need more ki, you can siphon it in.
Okay. But we do have extra ki. This too, if you have not used it already, and I don't think Takumi has.
I've not. So I have 3 yang and 2 discipline, and I need 5.
No, you need 3 successes.
Well,
so you have 5 dice.
I need 3 successes. Yes.
Yes.
Does anybody have anything better than that?
For what? I'm sorry.
Discipline, and whatever your higher of yang and yin is.
No, my highest is 2, but my discipline that harmonic flow would be the only thing that I have. And it's
okay. I guess I'm channeling my ki into an arrow and then firing it.
All right, so go for it, and ask the table for some ki if you need it, or not ki, but some karma.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think this is important.
We have 2 left. Can he take?
And I'll give you a bonus die because this is a very original idea that I did not foresee y'all thinking of.
Okay,
I'd
so bonus
like to
die
say,
and 1 karma.
I'd like to say, let's be prepared to run, whether this goes well or bad.
Okay. That's 7 die with the karma and the bonus die. Okay. Gosh.
This is
Dadgum. This is 2 successes.
Oh no!
I rolled 2 1s, a 2, a 4, and a 5.
Have you used your reroll?
I did. I used it earlier.
So maybe we should.
Is there still that communal one?
No, it got used, but we have a preloaded reroll that comes with an item. We have, Tentacle Greg just gifted us one.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
And he gave us another one too. So there's 2.
Okay. We're good. That's 4 successes.
You load the arrow up with ki, and in what direction do you send it?
So they're coming from the
south,
and our wagon is also in that general direction. So I will send it southwest of my current position on top of the building where we found Koga.
All right. You shoot the arrow, and the individual on the chains, actually, you do see, shifts and begins pulling in a new direction.
Okay, he's taking bait. Let's run. Run.
Okay. Yeah.
As you are running, they are going to set off the traps.
Oh.
Not only is he going to set off a trap, but when the Emperor's army arrives to see what's going on, they're going to set off the traps. So what do the traps do, Guy?
So I have 3 different traps, 2 capture traps, which there is a test to see if they notice them. Do you want to do that? Or do we just want to hand wave that and say that they automatically set off all the traps?
I'm going to say this. What's the non-capture trap?
So the non-capture trap is immobilize, and then the other non-capture trap is explosive.
Okay. You click your button.
I do have a thing that, so we have the extra rerolls, but Tentacle Greg also spent 1,000 points to use. He actually used the illuminated page specific one that is a luck advance. Mm-hmm. But if you are interested in it, or interested in this idea, since we don't necessarily have a luck metric in this game, perhaps because he spent 1,000 points to alter the course of the game, that luck means that they don't notice those traps.
I'll allow it. So, how many people can the capture traps affect?
The capture traps can only affect 1 person.
Okay.
And I have 2 of those. the immobilized trap can only restrict one person and inflict the slowed condition on them. And then the explosion trap is designed for one victim to suffer 5 damage, gets knocked down, and gains a burned 1 condition.
Okay. So I will say that the individual in chains is immobilized. You see 2 of the guards pulling the chains are captured. And as a horse rides up with the rider on it, they get hit by the explosive. The horse goes down, but the person stands up looking around. Anybody who has taken the time just to look that way as they are sneaking away, you believe that that person is a high member of the court, specifically the Emperor's court.
Another high member of the court.
Did I just murder an official?
No, but you did get his horse.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and just say that none of us saw that because we're not going to look at the explosion we caused.
Those were so cool. Yeah.
All right. But you do make it back to your wagon. And you do begin to escape. But I will say this. There is a thought in the back of your mind that although you will travel faster, perhaps, that thing has your scent.
Afraid of that.
So perhaps, perhaps you need to start thinking of how to deal with that.
And I just teased him with mine, too.
But with that said, we're going to go ahead and the next game we are going to do some travel mechanics. But this brings up an important point. Where do you want to travel after this escapade? Are you just going to try and outrun it someplace? Are you going to continue on your mission, the other part of it? What are y'all going to do?
Well, you got Koga now.
Yeah.
Are there any... Yeah, we have to think we need to take Koga back to somewhere.
Are y'all going to set a trap for them and try and lure this group into a trap that y'all control? These are all thoughts for everybody.
Me.
Oh, gosh.
What if we lure the cannibal to the fangs?
Ooh.
Knowing where they went.
We have Koga. I have his knife. I can stab him until he tells us.
If we can make him sober first.
We can try to reason with him. We could bully him. I think we need to get some distance, and also I would hate to backtrack so much on our mission than have to go and actually complete it again after taking care of Koga. So maybe take Koga along for the ride for now.
Is there another village of ninjas somewhere in this region or nearby that we could head for that we know of or that Guy might know of?
Yes. Although it's quite a bit of a travel, to the west of here would be the village, actually the territory, controlled by the Hidden Strands. So the Hidden Strands are another group that likes to think of themselves as part of the leadership of the Lotus Coalition. The Hidden Strands of Fate, just think of them as a group that likes to pull the strings behind the scenes. And even though, as far as everyone knows in their province, there are no members of the Hidden Strand. There's no, of course there aren't any, but yeah, there are. They still pull the strings there. They still rule that province. And
we would know that that's where they are.
Oh yeah, they are to your west. And you could go there if you are looking for ninjas that can help you, that would be the closest. Because the other choice would be to go back and try and find the virtuous bodyguarders again. But at the same time, this thing's following you.
Yeah, I don't want to lead them there. I don't particularly care to lead them to anywhere. But since it's happening, I think we need to not go back to the ones that we're at least tied to directly.
I don't know. I think it's bad to go to any ninja village while we're being pursued by the Empire.
That said, I will also bring up, and this is a small aside, in that province, Tenokiba is the merchant village, and that is where your masters went on their missions.
Oh, so we could go there. Go there.
Yeah. That is where Akakage and Ayame are.
And I am probably familiar with the merchant village, am I not?
Oh, yes.
And it's not a ninja merchant village. It's just
a
merchant village.
It is a very nice Las Vegas of the ninja world, or of the empire.
Hide amongst those people because there will be other key molders there, but it's a lot of people.
But basically, isn't anybody who wields ki outside of the Golden Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that is an ally, technically?
Technically.
I'm not saying that we're going to sick the guy on him, but I'm just saying that it might confuse the scent a little bit. There's going to be a lot going on there, and there's going to be a lot of people there. It'd be kind of a metropolis to bring someone into, for them to head for.
I think we should just lure them somewhere and ambush them.
You think we can kill that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I learned a new trick
It's what we've been training to do our whole lives.
You know, I learned a new trick to clear out any escorts that he has with him, so that we would only have to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
I am thick and juicy. I do not wish to be eaten by Cannibal Man.
He won't let you get eaten.
Then you can
because my fighting is I don't fight. I sell. I sell good ideas. I sell product. I don't fight well. If you guys let me get eaten, I'm gonna be so mad. You thought that those ghosts back there were something. Wait until my ass comes back to haunt you.
Kyou, I'm not asking you to fight. I'm asking you to just be
drive the car
itself.
Kyou's got a potty mouth. Anybody notice that?
Hey, you know,
I don't want to sell your soul. I just want to sell your body.
Oh no!
You leave home for the first time. You leave home for the first time. You kind of just start cussing a lot.
Get eaten by a cannibal. What did I say?
You had that in bar one time.
Did I say pissed? What did I say?
Oh no, you said several things this evening.
Yeah, you said a couple things.
Bitchin', but bitchin' is a fun word.
Yeah, you said a couple things this evening.
I didn't drop the F-bomb. I was specifically avoiding it.
You didn't drop the F-bomb, but you said some other naughty words.
This still qualifies as a potty mouth. I mean, you've changed ever since you hung out in that bar that one time.
You've changed. You're different.
Yeah.
Indiana's made you a different person.
Freaking cold here. But that said, I think this is something that I will let the players figure out the direction that they want to take that. And we're going to go ahead and pause here. This is a great pausing point. A little bit of peril, a little bit of, what the heck is going on.
Do we have experience gained?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let me think. So everybody starts off with 1, of course, for the evening. Who did they feel was a good leader tonight? Who made some? Who basically came up with the plans or had ideas? I want to definitely say talking to the ghosts. I did not expect that.
That was pretty good.
So I ran with that on the fly.
What did you think we were gonna do? Sorry, bye, and run.
Unmask them and reveal that it was Old Man Jenkins the whole time. No, I wanted to talk to some ghosts.
I did introduce my really cool hand signs.
You did.
Right
you
after
did.
your shaggy sneak.
Everyone was really impressed by that.
I'm a overall. We have for gains for XP. You all start off with 1. Mm-hmm. Then it's based on who was leadership and presented good ideas, as well as provided comedic moments. And so everybody here should at least be getting 2 XP based on tonight. Then we have the question of, what do you think you learned this game? You know, that is always kind of it's you're going to get an XP regardless, but the idea is also to maybe point something out to the other players. So what do y'all think you learned?
I learned that the government's kidnapping and experimenting on criminals, and the justice system is corrupt.
I think we all learned that one.
I'm talking about the game.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but yeah,
I learned that friendship can get us through our toughest times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I just want to say that if we're going to be awarding XP for comedic timing, I would definitely vote Chet for his shaggy sneak and for his for his unnecessarily dramatic entrance.
Yep.
I was going to say the one thing that I learned this evening is that Chet is like James Bond, but only in the aspect of he is the blunt instrument of the group.
Maybe we'll see where that goes.
No, come back to me. I'm still formulating my words. Come back to me. I spoke too soon.
Kyou?
You asking my vote?
What do you think you learned?
Oh, what did I learn? I don't want to get eaten by a cannibal.
I didn't know that before, though.
I've never.
I didn't know until I saw him.
It's like quicksand.
It's never been on the table.
Yeah, it's like quicksand. They prep you for this as a youth, and then like you hit a certain point in life where you're like, this really isn't as big of a deal as I thought it was, and then suddenly you're faced with it. That's like, well, crap.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as what Kyou learned that Kogu is a junkie, and
Kogu.
Yeah.
Kogu.
Kogu. Yeah,
Kogu?
Koga?
Yeah,
That's
different vowel. Cuckoo.
Kogu is a junkie, and yeah, whatever his name.
Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda's a junkie.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Ghosts are real. Yeah, I don't think Kyou really learned anything, but holy crapness, you know.
I learned something.
What do you think Kyou learned, GM? Nobody ever turns it on you. What do you think I learned?
What do you think, Kyou?
Oh, well, obviously now everybody's a little bit more aware that maybe the giant serpents from the Serpent War are still around.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot more supernatural to this world than you expected.
I'll take a Winchester any moment now.
Yep.
Super.
And the world is much bigger than you probably expected. I mean, y'all have traveled so far from home, and you still haven't even seen all the Empire. So those are definitely things I would say.
Yeah, the world is much
Well,
bigger.
thank
It's
you.
6'5"
I
and
said all of those things.
right behind us.
Jeez. I learned that Ranto being somebody who would rather not hang out with a lot of people, but hang out in the forest, because she tends to like the woodland critters and the seclusion better. I think seeing how the Empire has affected the clan, that now their spirits roam in that forest and how that's damaged them even in the afterlife, I think she's kind of wanting to open up that empathy a little bit more, because it hits a little bit more closer to home when it's suddenly your clan.
I'm super concerned that the Pack of the Black Moon seems to mostly be dead, except for, I guess, the ones that are out in the world at Ketsu. Is that what we've been led to believe, is that they're mostly gone? Because that sucks. That's a huge blow.
Yeah.
Is my former character a dead one? Did he die?
No, but your family is dead. That's part of your character background.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
She played that entire game and didn't even realize that her own folks were dead.
What? My family's dead?
So,
Oh my
well, no,
God,
it's worse than that, because if you read the character background for that, she was playing a pre-made, and the character background, your wife and kid died.
Oh gosh!
Did you know you had a wife and kid?
Did you know that they died?
I was pretty enough to have one. I just didn't read it, I guess.
That did not answer the question.
I think it answered the question.
But the serpents did it.
Yep.
They didn't die in the drowning.
Nope. But the thing is, your wife and kid died. And there he is with his big old dog. So,
woof.
It's okay. It's good enough.
It's okay.
He's also on the book cover.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all things considered, so yeah, everybody is walking out with 3 XP, and I'll give you 1 bonus one for the night, so that's 4 XP for the night. And I'll let you all talk about how you want to deal with this situation. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and having a great time. It's good to get back into this game. Tentacle Greg, thank you so much for the subscriptions. We really appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you, Greg.
I definitely correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm very sorry if I am, but I believe that Tentacle Greg is also with Amara Games, and they are putting out the game it's Art of War, I believe. Is that correct? I didn't have any time to prep this or look at my notes, but definitely look into that. I believe it was
his name, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very successful Kickstarter, and we're very thankful to have him come out and join us.
So you said 4 XP for all of us?
Yes.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right, but we're going to go ahead and call it here for the evening, and look for announcements on when we have our next game, just in case holidays or other things kind of jump in. We hope to be back in 2 weeks, but it might be 4. We'll let y'all know. So we'll see y'all then.